Hey guys! So today we're going to be taking a look at a few cool travel accessories from a company called Mocreo. As you've probably noticed from the many videos that I've done on travel bags and focusing on traveling with one bag, you know I'm always on the lookout for cool new gadgets and accessories that'll make travel either easier or more comfortable. So Mocreo actually reached out to me and asked if they could send me a few of their products for me to review and just share my thoughts with my viewers. And after looking at the items on Amazon, they looked to have a lot of really good reviews and they had a really good price. So I was really excited to accept their offer to review the items. And so the items that they actually sent over are a travel pillow, a unique looking selfie stick, and I'll go into detail about the features that make this really stand out, and then a travel adapter to make it easy to plug in all my devices while traveling abroad. So each of these things, I've used some version of them in the past, but I really like that they all have kind of their own little spin on what most of these types of items typically have. And as I mentioned before, they're really reasonably priced and they seem to be a really good quality. So I'm really excited to just take a closer look, and very grateful to Mocreo for sending me these items to test out. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the travel accessories by Mocreo. The first item we're going to be taking a look at is the Blissful Travel Pillow. And I have to say I was really impressed with how comfortable this feels. This is made out of the inside of this pillow has a really soft memory foam, as you can see there. As I sink my hand in, it kind of reassumes its form, and I have to say it's really comfortable to wear. This seems to be the standard for some of the most comfortable neck pillows that are on the market today, so that's great that they went with that sort of a material. And as far as the shape, I think it's really comfortable to wear. I like that it offers a lot of padding on the back. As you can see, it has this little ridge coming up, which offers additional neck support, which is really nice. A lot of the types of travel pillows that are typically this shape are just kind of flat all the way around. So what you end up having is a gap where your head might go back, which leads to a lot of fatigue in my opinion. So it's really nice that you can just put this on, and if you want to lean back, you have a little bit of extra support. And then as far as, you know, thickness for leaning your head over to the side, this is really comfortable as well. I've had other travel pillows in the past that are a little bit higher. Some people may like that as it maybe lets your head move a little bit less. I don't like that, especially since I usually wear bigger headphones when I'm traveling on an airplane. That can get uncomfortable if you have a higher pillow, so this is actually just a really good height. I like this height because it's enough to keep my head comfortable if I choose to lean to the side, but it's not too much that if I wear headphones it's going to make me uncomfortable. So sometimes one of the most uncomfortable things on an airplane is having your head fall forward when you're falling asleep and just kind of having it hanging. So with a lot of travel pillows you can wear them from the front, and this one is really good for that because of this little ridge on the back of the pillow. It offers a little bit of extra support, so you can hook it onto the neck you can hook it on backwards to your neck, and if you fall asleep on a plane, you can see my chin just rests comfortably on this piece, and I don't actually feel uncomfortable if I fall asleep with my head going forward. And then on top of that, you can also use it upside down, and it offers just a little bit more support as well. So that ridge on the back of the pillow is a really good feature to help separate this from a lot of the other similarly shaped travel pillows of this type that I've seen. But other than that, you know, it's very similar to a lot of the features that other travel pillows have. So you can unzip it and take out the memory foam on the inside if you want to wash the outside. And I really like how the curved shape, even when it's not hooked in, still kind of stays close to your neck. With some of the other travel pillows that I've used, if you don't actually have it tied up, the two sides can kind of stay far apart, which makes it really easy to lean your head forward, and you end up feeling a lot of fatigue in your neck. So I really like how closely it stays, and just how comfortable it is to lean back, and I really like this support that it offers on the back because of that little ridge. The one area for improvement that I see on this pillow is actually this kind of attachment mechanism that it has. It's really nice when the pillows have a way to kind of close them together, because it, you know, keeps it tighter around your neck, prevents it from falling off. And it's also really nice to use this closure sometimes to attach it to a bag or something if you don't want to pack it in. But the way that this system is set up is pretty much just like a fuzzy little ball on one side and a loop on the other, and you just put the loop through the ball. And this isn't always the best way, and I noticed that there was times when I had a few issues kind of getting this in through the loop. It's not super intuitive, and it takes a little bit of practice. And I can see this being especially difficult if you want to wear the pillow backwards to prevent your head from draping forward. It'd be really difficult to put the one piece through the other. But yeah, so the way that this pillow actually closes together is just that it has a little felt loop here and a little piece here, and you're supposed to thread one piece through the other. And you know, it can work, but it's not always super secure. I can see it coming apart, or I can also see these two things kind of ripping after repeated use, because when you're threading one through the other, there's a fair amount of tension that you're applying to both sides. And so this is made out of felt, and it feels like pretty good quality, but I can definitely see this starting to tear over time from repeated use of putting the two pieces together. So it's definitely not a deal breaker. It's just a small point of improvement that if they make an updated version at some point, I would think it might be better to include a different type of kind of latching system, just to make it a little bit more durable and just a little bit easier to use when you're taking the pillow on and off. But other than that, I really enjoyed using this pillow, and super comfortable, especially with comparison to many of the other pillows that I've used. So next up is the travel adapter. And this is something that if you're traveling outside of your native country, you absolutely have to take this with you if they use different plugs wherever you're going. So I live in the United States. So whenever we've gone ahead and traveled to Europe, for example, we always have to make sure to carry something like this that will make it easy for us to charge our devices no matter what country we're in. And so this version that Mocreo has put out is really cool. It's supposed to work in about 150 different countries. And it's really easy to use, which is something I really like. It uses kind of these sliding mechanism here that you can use to push out the different countries' plugs. So for example, there's the one for the UK, and you can just put them out. It works very easily. When you're done, you just put it back in and ready to go. And I really like this as compared to other travel adapters that I've used in the past. For example, this is one that I used to use, which it worked really well for the time being, but I didn't like how it had, the pieces came apart. So there was many times when I was worried that I would lose the one plug that I was needing of the whole set while I was in a particular country, and it just became a lot to manage. So as you can see, this is 3 different pieces. You can easily lose this, or it just takes a little bit too long sometimes to put it away, and it's just a lot more overhead than if you just have it all in one place. You can just pop out the one you need, pop it back in, and then you're ready to go. And then another thing that I really like about this, which I've seen on a few of the more modern travel adapters, is that it comes with USB ports. So it has 2 USB ports here, which allow you to charge 3 devices at the same time. You can have 2 here and 1 on the top. And I really just like how compact this is. It's really not going to take up a lot of space in your carry-on bag, and it's going to be able to last you through many trips and take you to any countries. I mean, 150 countries is a very large number. So it's really nice that just with this one item, you kind of have everything taken care of regardless of where you're going. So one important thing to note about this device is that it is in fact a travel adapter, not a converter. So you do want to make sure that whatever devices you're traveling with actually work with the current of the outlets in whatever country you're going to be in. So just one thing to note before you travel, and also to help keep your devices safe. So the last item that I was sent to review is actually this really unique looking selfie stick, which they call the Lollipop, and you can see why based on the shape. And so this is really, really cool. I hadn't really seen anything like this before, and just from testing it out, I got a lot more use out of it than I would have expected. So anywhere you travel these days, it's very common to see people on the street selling selfie sticks, and you see all the tourists. I'm a big user of selfie sticks. You get a lot of really great pictures that way. And they all kind of look the same, but this one really stood out to me because of this unique shape. This is actually a powerful light that will help you get much better pictures in dark and lower light conditions. But before we get to the light, I just want to showcase kind of the size. So it's really nice how compact this actually gets. Makes it really easy to store in a carry-on bag or something. And I really love just how useful this is even without the light. So if you open it up, you can see it has just kind of your standard clamp to put in your phone. I really like how this clamp works. I like that it has kind of these little teeth here that really help keep your phone secure. as compared to some of the other selfie stick holders that I've seen, which just kind of have like a little bit of padding and maybe a rubber piece, which doesn't inspire a lot of confidence when you're holding up your phone really high. So this really feels like it's going to keep your phone steady and there's no chance of it falling out, which is really, really nice. And so the selfie stick itself extends out to a range of 60 centimeters about. So this is really nice to just get a little bit more range on your pictures and just get a nice view of everything. And then this particular selfie stick works through the headphone jack on your phone. So you just plug it in. This is a 3.5 millimeter plug. And then it also has a button right on the stick that you can use to snap pictures. If you happen to have one of the newer phones that doesn't have a headphone jack and instead relies on adapters, this does in fact work with those. So in my case, I have an iPhone 7, so I have to use the Lightning to headphone jack adapter, but you just plug it in and it works perfectly. You know, I was able to take a lot of shots, no problems. And this is really nice because you never have to worry about charging the selfie stick itself. So you just plug it in and you're ready to go. And you know, there's no annoying Bluetooth pairing process that may get interrupted. So that's a nice bonus. But moving on to the most unique feature of this particular selfie stick is the light itself. So the light itself has 3 different brightness levels. If you want to use it as in selfie mode, it seems to have 2 modes. You can use it as a selfie mode, so you put in your camera here, you pop the light up, and then you can take a picture of yourself. If you want to turn on the light, it just has a button on the top. It's really easy to use. You can click it 2 or 3 times depending on how bright you want it to be. And then the light itself has a built-in rechargeable battery. So it has a micro USB connector here, and you can just charge it up before you go out for your day. And I haven't run out of battery yet. The battery for the light has about 1,000 milliamp capacity, so it should last you at least for a few hours. But this has proven really useful for shooting in low light settings, or if you're out at a club or something, or in our case, we like to go to a lot of dance events, and there's not a lot of light in those places. So this is really great. So if you want to get some footage of, if we want to get footage of us dancing, it's really useful to be able to turn this on to its brightest setting. But I really like just that you can use it as a selfie mode. You can tuck it away if you don't want to use the light, or if you're just taking pictures during the day. And another cool thing is that you can actually use it when you put your phone into the selfie stick. You can actually use the front-facing camera and then use the light with it facing forward. So you can actually use it to record footage from the front-facing camera and record footage of things that are in front of you, as opposed to just taking selfies, which I thought was a really cool feature. That makes this light a lot more versatile and useful, as opposed to if you could only use it when it was up facing you. So the selfie stick itself comes in 2 colors. It comes in an aqua blue and in this nice pink color here. And both of the colors are really cute and playful. One thing to note is that this isn't something that I've seen too often when I've been out in different tourist locations, especially with a light this bright. So it does kind of call attention to you. So if you're a little bit self-conscious about using a selfie stick, or even just about kind of calling attention to yourself, this is going to stand out quite a bit. It's a really big pink circle with a really bright light. So it's just something to keep in mind if you're a little bit worried about it attracting too much attention. I personally don't mind. I really just care about getting a nice shot when I'm out and about, and especially with relating to dance events, I really want to make sure that I get some clean footage that I could use for videos later. So I really like this, and as I mentioned, to me it's really key that I can use it from the front and just film whatever I need to as I'm moving around a crowd. And then whenever you're done using the selfie stick itself, you can just fold everything down, put it back in, fold it down, and as I said, back to really compact size. This easily fits in a purse. You can put it in a backpack, and I just really like how versatile and useful this turned out to be. Just an added note about these items, it's nice that they all come with a 12-month warranty, so if you do happen to run into any issues with the selfie stick or the travel adapter, you will have a 12-month replacement warranty. So that's just a nice little thing to give you peace of mind when you're shopping for these. Overall, I was really impressed with the items that Mocreo sent over for me to review. I really like all the unique features that they offered, and they're definitely items that I plan to use in the future as I travel, and I could definitely see how a lot of people would find these useful. The travel pillow they sent over was very comfortable. I absolutely love the memory foam that they used to fill it out. Really comfortable to wear, and just very practical to have for flights and long train rides and things like that. The travel adapter, you know, I've seen a lot of these by a lot of different companies, and they all offer pretty similar features. I really like just some of the small things that the Mocreo travel adapter did to just kind of make itself stand out a little bit, and on top of that, it was a really good price as well. And then as far as the selfie stick, this is actually the most unique thing that I tried out, and you know, it took a little while to get used to the look. It's very different than anything I've used in the past, but you know, it was really unique that it includes such a bright light, and it's just really practical, especially if you do a lot of shooting at night. I hadn't really seen anything like that before, and you know, on top of that, it actually works very well just as a selfie stick on its own. So it's really cool that it has kind of that bonus feature, but it still does its primary function really well. So as I mentioned, all of these items are available on Amazon. The selfie stick is about $16 to $17. The travel adapter is about $10, and the travel pillow is also about $16 to $17. And I'll make sure to include links to all the items below. And you know, compared to many of the other accessories that I've used in the past of a similar type, the prices are pretty in line. They're very reasonable. And you know, I haven't been testing them for too long, but the quality seems to be in line as well with other similar types of items that I've used in the past. So I definitely recommend checking out these items on Amazon. But overall, I really enjoyed using the items. I can definitely see myself including these as part of my travel preparations and packing for most of my future trips. And I want to thank Mocreo again for sending out the items to test out. If you guys found this video useful, please go ahead and leave us a like below. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And thank you guys so much.